Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are on my bed and I started a new sketchbook. We are halfway through right now. I started it the 17th of March. It is currently the 25th of May. So it's been 2.5 months roughly. And we're already halfway, which that's better than my last couple of sketchbooks, because my last couple of sketchbooks took too long and I don't like how they turned out, but I'm liking this one so far. I thought that instead of just like waiting another 2 months to finish this one, where this sketchbook is like much longer, it is 120 pages. I thought that I should do the first 60 pages in one video, and then I'll do the next 60 pages like when I finish the next 60 pages. I've posted a couple of the pages on my Instagram and my TikTok, so you might recognize some of them, you might not, if you follow me on those other social medias. I'm sorry if you can hear like cars and stuff going by outside or like birds. It is really hot in my room right now and I can't have the fan on because then you'll be hearing the fan the entire time. We're just gonna have to make do with what we have. But I'm just gonna go get on with the first page because I actually did try and record this video like a couple days ago, but for some reason I use CapCut to edit all of my YouTube videos. CapCut did not want to like take the video because it was like over 60 minutes long. I put it into CapCut and it just wouldn't play. So I've started, for all of my sketchbooks, I've started like writing down all of the stuff that I'm getting into, and then I'll write everything that I'm into at the end of the sketchbook, and so I can compare and see like how the things I've liked has changed. So as I said earlier, I started this on the 17th of March 2025. That was 2 months ago. What I'm currently listening to, or what I was listening to when I first started doing the sketchbook, was Weird Fishes Are Peggy by Radiohead, Let Down by Radiohead, My Blood by 21 Pilots, Guns for Hands by 21 Pilots, If Looks Could Kill, A Heartwell Ending. I don't know how I feel about that song. No, I'm lying. I really like that song. And then the Magnus Archives. I started listening to the Magnus Archives again in school, while I was doing my exam, and I think we got up to like episode 60. It was really fun. I really want to like do it again, but I can't because my art exam's over now and I am never taking another art lesson in secondary school again because I graduate in like, oh my god, 3 weeks. That is scary as fuck. Reading Gokuro Kugai. I need to catch up on the latest chapters because I have not read chapter 27 or 28 yet. I'm rereading Oyasumi Punpun and I want to start reading Beautiful Darkness. I wrote it down just to keep track of it. I still haven't started reading it, but I want to start reading it. I need to like write it down because I still am relatively at the start of the sketchbook, so it still counts, but I'm currently reading Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. And I've also started reading The Setting Sun by Osamu Dazai, and I have been rereading No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. Moving on to the actual sketchbook, sketchbook 21, I started writing down like all of my goals. So like stuff that I've struggled with in my last sketchbooks, I wanna, you know, put them in here so I don't, you know, not improve. Goals: be different, don't get stuck in a box again. I have a really hard time like comparing myself to other people and like trying to make everything look so perfect that it gets me in a really bad art block and I just like suffer for weeks on end. But I've been trying to stop doing that, so that's good. Work on style and composition, which I'm pretty sure I've been doing. You can definitely see my art in this sketchbook is so much more different than all of my other sketchbooks. And I'm actually really happy with how my art's been turning out lately. Post more, draw more, finish this before college. Yeah, I don't know about that. 1 to 2 pages every day. That did not happen. I also kind of use this as a diary. Yeah, sometimes I take like notes for exams and stuff in it. So you might see like a couple pages of just like writing. Oh, but this was me at the start of the sketchbook. That's what I looked like when I started it. And oh my god, where is it? What the fuck? That's what I look like now. Focus. That's me. That's my boyfriend. Probably. I started, whoa, hello. I started writing down like all of my feelings for each day. I need to update it. As you can see, I talked about it in my last video, I think. Whoa. But yeah, last year, 2024 was really bad. I was in a pretty bad relationship and I was in a really like depressive episode for like a year straight. And then I cut a bunch of people off on this day and everything kind of improved. Well, I say kind of, my life is like a lot better now. I don't want to die as much, so that's fun. Me and my boyfriend got into Squid Game. So I drew Thanos and Namgyu because I love them. They are literally us. Widowy. What the hell? The widowy me, you guys. Oh, and then this was also inspired by one of Tameka's poses. But the character is inspired by Vika Amelia from Bloodborne. I've been getting back into Bloodborne and Elden Ring. So you'll see a lot more. You'll see like one Elden Ring painting in here that I did earlier today, and I'm so excited to like show it off. Just a receipt and some stickers and weird hospital guy with intestines coming out of his crotch. Some background practice. I think I've definitely improved with backgrounds. I haven't done much like, I don't know, living scenery, if that makes sense. I've more or less been doing like landscapes and like skies and rocks and oceans and stuff. Ooh, this piece was inspired by Catherine Gruber. I was really inspired by some of her art for my art exams. My favorite piece by her is Neurodivergence. It is so beautiful. I love abstract art so much. Oh my god, yeah, I went to a concert with my boyfriend, and we had a really fun time. If I want to in the future, I might put some videos on in the video of the concert, because I took a lot of pictures and videos and stuff. Moving on. Nikola Olsenov from the Magnus Archives. John from the Magnus Archives. I don't like this drawing. I think his face is... No, it's his eyes. Oh yeah, his eyes ruin the whole thing. Well, never mind. Oh my god, I can actually talk about this now. Okay, this was originally... I did this to revise for my exams. The exam has passed now. Can you stop going out of focus, please? Thank you. But in the UK, well, my school, where I live, you have to do, like, depending on what exam board you have, I did AQA. Depending on what exam board you have, or what exam board you're a part of, you have different, like, poem topics or different, like, sources for your exams. For my exams, the poetry section, which I'll talk about because if I talk about everything else, I'll just yap. The poetry section that I had was power and conflict. So, oh my god, my door just fucking opened. But yeah, we did power and conflict. So that includes this poem, Exposure by Wilfred Owen. I thought that it would be best if I revised for this poem specifically because it just covers so much. It covers war and conflict, power and conflict, I mean. It covers both of them. So there is a lot of other poems that you can link this poem to. So I thought that it would be a really good idea to revise this one so that I could use this poem to compare to whatever poem we were given in the exam to compare something to. Turns out we got into the exam, the poem that the exam board gave us was this poem, and I had nothing to compare it to. Oh, I have hiccups. This is just some body practice that I did. I was trying to test out new styles of watercolor, or using watercolor, and I think doing this actually really helped me, like, develop my style a little bit more. This is just, Eric. That's really all there is to it. That's just Eric. I painted Damon. A lot of people like Damon for some reason. Like, on my TikTok, I posted a video about, Damon and another OC that I have that you'll see later on in the sketchbook. And for some reason, there are so many people in the comments being like, oh my god, I love Damon! The day that I post, like, his lore, you guys aren't gonna like him anymore. Just some random stuff. Oh, I did this in the exam, or on one of the exam days during lunch. I was just, like, mindlessly doodling stuff. Kind of, I don't know. A lot of stuff went wrong. It was fun though. I would do it again. It was, like, genuinely enjoyable. That reminds me, I keep getting into arguments with people on TikTok. Like, I keep seeing videos of, like, people in year 9 being like, guys, should I take art GCSE? I've heard it's really hard. But I love art, but I'm scared about taking it. Because it's, like, hard or something like that. And then people in the comments are, like, being really discouraging and being like, yeah, you shouldn't take it. Art GCSEs ruined my passion for art. If art GCSEs ruined your passion, I don't think you had much of it in the first place. I might actually make a whole separate video on, like, art GCSEs because I have so much to say about the topic. But just summing it up now, if you are in year 9 or you're in secondary school and you're trying to think about, like, what to pick for your GCSEs, and you want to take art, but you're scared of doing so because of what you hear other people saying, please don't fucking listen to them. Take it. Please take art GCSEs if you love art. It doesn't even matter if you're good at it or not. Just do it. Just do it. I see so many people saying how much work you have to do, how stressful it is. As long as you stay on top of your coursework and you don't fall behind, you'll be fine. Even then, your coursework is what you want to do. Your teacher can give you, like, guidance and, like, suggestions, but at the end of the day, you choose what to do with it. It is your exam. It is your work. No one can really tell you what to do. So, literally, just do it. You aren't going to lose anything by taking art GCSEs. It was a really good experience for me. And I think it genuinely helped me, like, progress as an artist. It made me try, like, so many new skills, and yeah, I would do it again. This is Jody. I literally never post about them. I think I have like another drawing of them in the future in the sketchbook. But yeah, I do really want to do like an OC lore video. Because my OC's lore, I think that so many people would be interested in my OCs if I actually told people what their stories were, but I just don't. I'm currently in the process of like writing a kind of like, I say fan fiction, but it's not really a fan fiction because I'm the creator of the fucking characters, so it's not fan. But I'm making like a little, I don't know, story on Google Docs. So if anyone wants like the link to that when it's done, then I can like put it in the comments or something. I watched a couple of movies, and this is where I really start like trying to develop my style. Instead of just doing my normal like stylistic cartoony style, I really wanted to make my, you know, painting techniques more instead of like I repainted one of the movie posters from, I think it's like the trailer poster or something, but I didn't include Robert Pattinson in it because I don't like him. So I just drew William Dafoe and the lighthouse in the background. But William Dafoe is like really fun to paint. Yeah, I was just talking about like graduating soon and how I'm like happy to leave school and stuff. It's been something I've been looking forward to since I was like a kid, like 7 or whatever. But now that the time has actually come and I've had a difficult school life. I went from like going to a really popular like mainstream school to getting like really badly bullied and like being homeschooled. And then I started going to this new school. It's kind of like a special ed school, but it's like not. It's like a holding school for kids who got like excluded from their old school and won't be let back in because of like behavioral reasons, but they also take in like kids with anxiety or whatever. I bet you won't guess which one I am. Oh, I don't know. It's a really hard thing to put into words because yeah, I'm really happy that I'm like going to college soon, but at the same time I am gonna miss what I have now. But yeah, it is the way it is. Everything comes to an end eventually. I painted long legs in the same style as this because I really love how this turned out, so I wanted to do it again. And doing these two paintings really helped me figure out like what I like doing with watercolors. This one. I actually tried like recording myself doing this spread. It was gonna be like a do a sketchbook tour do a sketchbook spread with me. But I hated the way that the drawings turned out. His face was really bad, and I actually really hate this drawing. It's so bad. But I like this one, but I don't know who it is. I love this drawing so much. I love the pose. But I don't know. This one's fine. It was supposed to be Levi from Fear and Hunger. But I don't think I've posted it anywhere. I don't know. I'm sure. Oh my god. Okay, this was the start of something beautiful, okay? This was when my obsession with The Walking Dead first began. I'm currently on season 6. I forced my parents to watch it with me. They are also on season 6 as well. I rewatched it with them, so I've watched up to season 6 twice. So I think I need to go outside and touch grass. Carl is my favorite character, and I really want to cosplay him. I just need the wig. But I want to cosplay him so effing bad. And then Negan is my other favorite character, so I also painted him. These paintings, if I didn't do those, I wouldn't have made these. So just like try new things and you'll eventually find a style that you like. This was the beginning of me doing backgrounds like this. I also tried to make a video doing this, but it turned out really bad, so I deleted the whole thing. So I don't know how I feel about this painting. These two pages match really well. I like the way they look together, but I'm not sure about this. I like the clouds though, look at those. This is me just testing out more background stuff. This is like a plan piece for it. It was originally going to be Rick and Negan, but in like a biblical Catholicism based thing. But it just turned out into this. I was gonna put him, like stick him on there, but obviously his body was not long enough to go up here. So, and sticking him down here looked really weird, so I just stuck him there. Oh, okay, this pose was inspired by Prications, but I redrew it with my OC Jody. I just realized I forgot that fucking piercing. Oh my god, me and my friend Ruby went to a, like, fun fair, and I fell off of one of the rides, and I bruised my knee really bad. So I just thought it would be funny if I, like, redrew it, because that is how my bruise looked, except it was, like, bigger. You might if you follow me on Twitter, you might recognize this. Don't at me. Go away. But this was originally, Namgyu and Thanos. You can kind of see their faces. April 26/27 marks the day that I got a really bad art block, and you can kind of tell, like, the next couple of pages are they're not good. So I'll just try and skip through these ones. This, I'm pretty sure I went back and painted this, like, after my art block finished. I don't know. I think this is what got me out of my art block. I don't remember. But this is kind of based on, like, my exam room. Except I, like, spiced it up a bit because my exam room does not look as good as this. We've got a ducky and a heart in a jar and some plants and madeleines. I love madeleines. A water bottle. Fat steed. Oh god. Okay. My art block was awful. I just physically can't go back to these pages because, like, everything that I do on it feels wrong. This needs to be, like, covered up because I just can't. What is that? But this is really cute. I love this drawing, and if I could finish this painting drawing, then I would. But I can't because I just can't touch this fucking page again. This character is Ranka Lee from Macross. She is one of my favorite characters of all time. I have multiple figures of her and multiple figures from this series. Macross, such a good fucking anime. Please focus. I have one of her up there. She's right at the front. And then over here I have a chibi figure and then a big figure. And then I have Freya and all these other things. Oh, you might recognize this from my TikTok. I posted a video, like, with me doing a speed drawing or a speed painting of this in the background. And I was kind of talking about how, like, people need to, like, normalize having OCs that are bad characters or, like, bad people. Because Damon, the OC that everyone loves, one of my OCs that everyone loves, he is such a fucking bitch, and I genuinely want him dead. But I love him. I do love him. I really want to make, like, an OC video just talking about his lore, because the story revolves around him, but I don't do much with him. I just don't go into his lore that much, and I want to start doing that a lot more. But anyway, the video got, like, almost 200,000 views. What the hell? More art block stuff. I think this is what kind of got me to come out of my art block a bit. Yeah, so there is a lot of things that aren't finished in the next page, or the next couple of pages, but it gets better, I promise. Really cool. I'm covering that because it looks really ugly. This was just some revision for Macbeth because I had an exam the next morning. Oh, that's freaky. I don't know what this is. I genuinely, with paintings that I do like this, I don't even, like, know why I do what I do. I just draw and add stuff. Like, whenever I show my art to my, like, parents, they always, like, try to depict the meaning behind all of them. But they don't have meaning. Like, this doesn't mean anything to me. I just draw and stuff comes out. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. This is where it gets good. So, I made a new OC. His name is Sam, and I love him so much. His whole thing is with, I'm finding it. With Damon. Damon represents Judas, and Sam is supposed to represent Jesus. And Damon is not a good person. He's like, he's I don't know. He had a rough childhood, and that the relationships he had kind of causes him, it's like abuse becomes the abuser thing. That's like his whole thing. And Sam, who is supposed to represent Jesus, kind of comes into his life as a way to kind of allow him to heal as like a friend. They don't date. I'm like 99% sure Damon is like straight. He's not. He's like fruity as hell. But that's like his whole thing. Anyway, oh my god. Okay. I'm really excited for this. I get to talk about something. I've been waiting to talk about this. If you follow me on like Instagram or my TikTok, you would have already seen everything about this. But I got really into snakes, and I decided that I need a snake in my life. But I bought a tank, and I started researching like everything that I need to know about like snakes, specifically corn snakes. These are all different like corn snake breeds, or like morphs, or like, you know, effects they can have. My corn snake, whoa, spoiler alert, my corn snake is not any of these. She's like, I circled the ones that she looks like. She looks more like a hypo lavender, but like, she's not. I don't know. But I will show you her in a bit. But these are like kind of tank inspirations. I'm not there yet. The tank does not look like this yet, but they're just like inspirations for what I want it to look like eventually. Anyway, this is more of my baby girl Sam. I did a snake in the background. I painted a snake in the background because with him representing like Jesus and stuff, you know, like the snake from the Garden of Eden, I thought that would be pretty cool. So I just added a snake in the background now. Oh, okay, I gotta talk about my kitten. but I did like a whole different eras of my life thing. 2024, worst year of my life. Yeah, 2024 was really shitty. Like I said earlier, I was in a bad relationship, and it caused the worst depressive episode of my life, and I am so glad that I'm out of that state now, because oh my god, my life is like so much better. I got with my current boyfriend in February, and he's amazing. He has been like my rock in everything for the past like year. I genuinely don't know what I would have done if he had not been there for me. But yeah, this is a Romeo appreciation post. Everyone say thank you or whatever, I don't know. Oh, yeah, this was just more revision for my English exam. This painting, oh my god, it looks so fucking cool. I posted the edited version on my TikTok. I basically like lowered the brightness and upped the contrast to make it more like, to make it pop more, but even then, it is so fucking cool. Hi, I'm recording a video, can you go away? Meow. Hi. You can leave, my door is open. Oh my god. Okay, hi, I'm back. Oh my god, what was I saying? My fucking cat, oh my god. Oh yeah, going back to the painting. This is all watercolor, and this is Mesmer from Elden Ring. But these snakes, I know Mesmer's snakes are red. However, I wanted to make these snakes white because that is how my snake looks. And sorry, I'm about to like geek out, but basically, for context, I got a snake, like I said earlier, and she, when I say I would die for her, I would. I love her so unbelievably much. I'm gonna go show you her. I'm not gonna take her out of her tank because she is still a baby. She's still like getting used to stuff. But she is in here. She has her like heat lamp. Well, I need to like clean the glass. But she has her heat lamp. I'm gonna invest in getting a heat mat because the soil that I use is like, it doesn't retain heat well, so I need to get that. She has a water bowl, she has a hide there and a hide there. I'm gonna get another hide to put it at the cool end, but right now she has found a spot right in there. I don't know if you can see her. No, you cannot see her. But she really likes it in there. She will not come out. She went into that hole. She gave me a little bit of a scare the other day because I was like looking in her tank literally like a couple days ago, the day after I got her, just trying to see like where the hell she was, because I couldn't see her anywhere, and I was starting to panic because, you know, I thought she would be like coiled up at the bottom of that like head part, or the rock part. That's a skull, by the way. It's just backwards. It has a hole in the back. That is the back. And I thought I would see her like curled up in the bottom of that, but I couldn't. And she was actually curled up inside of that log part. I didn't know that it was hollow. This was like yesterday, or yeah, this happened yesterday. She was in there, again, I was looking around, I couldn't see her, so I thought, okay, when I bought her, the guy who I bought her from did tell me she is really good at escaping, like her specific type of snake is really good at escaping, so I'm gonna check that she is in her hide again. I flip it upside down, she's not in there, so I think, oh, maybe she's in that hide. I flip that one upside down, or I check underneath it, she's not in there. I start tearing apart the entire fucking tank. She is nowhere to be found. And I go to my parents and I am on the verge of tears because I thought that somehow she managed to get out, even though all of the, even though all of the little, like, vents, were all, like, in place. So she shouldn't have been able to get out anywhere. And the gap in between the door is, like, non-existent. So I didn't understand where she could have possibly went. So my parents are both here, like, with the doors open, looking. My dad was on the left, my mom was on the right. They were fucking, like, taking shit out, putting it up here, like, sieving through the soil to make sure that she didn't burrow in there, and that she was just, like, in there the whole time. But my mom, I'm now fucking sobbing my eyes out, like, stood in the corner of my room, like, trying to see if she was on the floor anywhere because she got out. And then my mom picks that fucking hide upside down and tilts it a little bit, and she is, like, in a completely separate compartment of the bottom part of it that, again, I didn't know existed. Here, I'm not gonna take her out of the hide because I know she likes it in there. But you can kind of see her, like, hi. She's not in there. Oh, yes she is. Hi. You have to kind of, like, tilt it at an angle to really, like, see her. She is just curled up right in there, you guys. But she is so fucking cute and I adore her. I might make a video, like, just about snakes because they are so fucking cute and they are, like, so fascinating to me. Can you, like, focus? Whoa. But I see, like, so much misinformation spread, like, on TikTok specifically, that professionals will not say the same things as people on TikTok will tell you. I was told that I need a 40-gallon tank minimum for a baby. This is a 40-gal, so this is more than enough for her. And then I bought it. I spent, like, 120 pounds on this tank, not including the shit inside of it. And I went to a professional, in person to buy my snake. And he told me that a 40-gallon was getting too big and eventually she will get lost in here, or I will lose her in here. I will not be able to fucking find her, which evidently has already happened. I have, like, a drawer, well, sorry, I need to, like, clean, but I have a drawer full of, like, all of her stuff, and the other day I woke up and I checked her tank and she shed for the first time. Let me just get this off. Okay. She shed for the whoa, my feet, my dogs. She shed for the first time, and her shed is so fucking, like, hydrated. It is, like, the perfect conditions. It is, like, it came off all in one piece. You can see her, like, her little face here. I need to check that the eye caps are actually, like, on the shed, because if they aren't, then I need to give her a bath and try to get the eye caps off because that can cause blindness. But anyway, now that we've got that out the way, that is pretty much all of my sketchbook. I have, like, 60 pages left to go. These are just random faces. Really tired, all this talking has like exhausted me. So I'm gonna go sit down and play Elden Ring for potentially 7 hours like I usually do. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.